Oh, carpeted tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Uncharted Waters 2 with me, BlueAnkylo. It's a new day, live stream wise, so say hello to the live tubers, and live tubers say hello to the future tubers. For today, we are going to start by traveling from, I think we're in Cairo technically right now, in basically the east coast of Africa, or Arabia, I guess, but we've got to sail all the way around Africa to get back to the Mediterranean. And we're doing that because we know the King of Italy wants some discoveries, so we can turn a couple of those in and probably get a promotion. That's fine. And then we need to progress our story, which will be finding the city of the lost city of gold, El Dorado, I believe is... I'm not sure if that's the final event for Pietro, but that's the next one for us, I think. Or, I mean, there might be a couple more things. We'll see. Anyway, we're bringing a bunch of carpets with us. We've got 6 ships full of carpets. And one thing I'm kind of thinking about is once we get back to Europe and we talk to the King of Italy and we sort of plan our next step out, I might start thinking about upgrading ships again. The L'Oreals are great for speed, but I'm kind of thinking I'd like to be able to carry more storage. And we've got lots of money. So now might be the time to start investing in the right ports to get the right ships to unlock. So maybe once we get back to Europe, we'll have a little look at, you know, where and how we want to upgrade our ships. I don't think I'm going to do the Japanese ships. They're just too much of a hassle right now. Maybe one of our, like, depending on who we play as next in terms of careers, maybe we'll pick one of them to kind of do like an East Asia base and build up those ports, figure out trade routes in Asia, and, you know, it's kind of hard to pirate over there because there's not as many ships to sink. But eventually build up some Far East ports where you can build a completely different set of ships, because the Mediterranean ships are considerably different than the Asian ships, which is just a neat little thing. I don't think I've ever really gone Asian ships in this game. And I don't know if they're better or worse or similar, but I kind of want to give that a try. So maybe on... See, I feel like the pirate Catalina, you kind of got to stick around the Mediterranean as your base, or else you're not going to be able to pirate to make money. But maybe as... who would be a good Japanese place? Oh, world map. Sure, Angel. We've explored the coast of most of the world. I haven't done the Russian Arctic Circle yet, and I have missed a little bit of northern North America, and of course Antarctica and a lot of ocean. But other than that, we've done a pretty good job. Hopefully that shows whatever you wanted to see. Pretty sure Catalina is one of the characters that can't even see Asian ports. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. She's got a pretty scripted opening, and then because you don't have an easy way to make money, you basically better learn how to get combat going quickly. And that includes finding good armor and weapons and a lot of crew, and it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I'm not sure. I definitely want to do Catalina eventually, but I'm not sure I'm good. I want to play someone with some combat that's a little bit easier, because Catalina's opening is probably the hardest opening in the game. I'm not sure how it compares to, I think it's harder than the other combat character, I forget his name, but the other old man. Oh, crap. Yeah, I forgot about food. So we might all just die here on the way to the next port. I thought I had enough food to get all the way around Africa. I should have stopped in the Cape. That's not good. I really needed to not have a storm. Actually, hold on. If there's any way we're going to survive this, we need to skip the storm and then go buy some food before we all starve. This is perhaps the end of us already. Good start, good start. Always check how long your food will last. Hey, get in the port. Alright, I bet you some people died. Our morale's probably way down. We'll see. Couple level ups. Alright, so how's it looking? If we go to assign crew. Oh, we were probably a day from dying. That's all. No big deal. That's how you play the game. Just don't pay attention to your food at all. The good news is our flagship would have probably survived. And we would have had enough gold to rebuild, assuming our flagship made it back. We just had to resort to some cannibalism and ate half the crew. Good start. Pretty spooky indeed. As far as I know, as far as the dueling, you can get weapons and armor that favor one of the rock, paper, scissors mechanics, but the choice the enemy uses is still down to random numbers. So you generally have a 1 in 3 chance of winning or 1 in 3 chance of losing a given event in the duels. So, I don't know. I don't really like the duel mechanic very much. Yeah, we're going to North Europe. See, you don't really need to follow the guide. You just need to talk to people in the taverns, and eventually they'll tell you where to go. All right, well, it's going to take a little while to restock our crew. So just let me speed through some of this a little bit. We generally go with about 30 per ship. We're going to have to spend a day or two here in, where are we? San George or something? I never pay attention to what the names are, right? There's an interesting sort of mechanic for recruitment of crew. The larger the city, the more possible crew you can recruit per day, but the more they cost. So smaller isolated ports where you can only get like 20 or 30 per day actually cost, like, it's sort of more efficient in terms of like crew recruitment. Now we've got enough money that it doesn't really matter. I would rather just recruit 200 and get on with it, but just kind of a neat little thing. The game's pretty well balanced, I would say. Looks like we need one more day of sleep. So after all that sailing around Africa, see, if I just bought food, this would have saved us a lot of time not having to do all this. So my bad. Rush one time and then waste 5 minutes recruiting crew. Oh, dang it. Alright, there we go. And we've got 15 spares, so we'll just bring them along as potential cannibal food, basically. Just skip dueling, find a ship with a big crew to cap. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I feel like I want to show off dueling, though, but I want to do it from a position of not being worried. Like, probably put a save state down. Try to... You stop at every port. All you need to do is keep an eye on your food here while you're sailing. It's really not a big deal. I'm just rusty. I haven't played in a couple days and got excited about selling all this carpet. It wastes time to stop at every single port, to be honest, because, I mean, you can definitely sail a lot further than those 2 ports. Sometimes you sort of just get a feeling for how far you can get. You know, if they say 25 days, that's... I think all the way around Africa is probably more like 30 to 40 days, so I should have known, but whatever, it's fine. So we've been at sea for 7 days here, and we've still got, I would say, 2 weeks of food left, which is more than enough to get where we're going, which is Northern Europe. So we're going to skip by Iberia, and we're going to head into a couple of these ports. Like Bordeaux. So the reason we came here primarily is to sell off carpet. This place is maxed out for economy, so somebody else has been investing here, not me. I only got it up to like 700 for industry and economy, or industry and market economies. So we should actually be able to build better ships here. Not that I want to just this second, but I believe now that it's at 1,000, we should see something new. Maybe not at this one specifically. Ah, well. Unfortunately, the best ships are kind of unique to specific ports. Or you see them randomly in the used list. Oops, that's not what I want. Oh, I see. He's trying to swap. Fun fact, the PC character's country never invests in ports. Yeah, I'm not sure how it happened. It wasn't me, though. Somebody else invested. I'm sure the game is meant that other characters travel around doing it, but there must be some mechanic that raises investment level, because it sure wasn't me. Alright, so let's sell like 1 ship's worth of carpet. 350 is pretty good, but as soon as we sell a load, the price will go way down. Like, we could sell another ship, but we'd only get, you know, 80% value or something. So we'll spend the time to hit up 6 different ports in North Europe, and then we'll go to Italy, basically. England and Holland had the best ships last time we checked. Yeah, we'll look at that. Like, I'm not going to worry about it just this second. But yeah, once we're done. Ooh, this is good. 360. Good deal. Art carpet was a common trading pattern. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. The original was on the PC or on DOS, I believe, originally. The NES was there was a port of Uncharted Waters 1 on the NES, and then a better port to the Super Nintendo, if I remember correctly. I'm just gonna put a save down now, but I'm pretty sure we can get to London. I'm pretty sure they started on DOS anyway, and then they got ported over to Nintendo and Super Nintendo. I think there are also Gaiden versions of them, but they're probably Japanese only. Just gonna save a little bit of time. No, I can't now. Now that I've decided to go to 6 ports, we gotta go to 6 ports. Even if it takes a lot of extra time and ends up wasting money and food anyway. I can't resist getting the full 350. There was a port on the Mega Drive? Oh. Yeah, it must have been a pretty popular game back in the 90s for them to make so many ports of it. I guess Koei was pretty big back then with their strategic simulation series. Like, a lot of these games were making some pretty good bank, I figure. A couple more towns. Won't take too much longer. Amsterdam. Oh yeah, Gemfire, I had a lot of fun with that as a kid too. That was definitely one of the simpler ones. I used to play Genghis Khan, I think it was Genghis Khan 2. That was like one of the harder ones. And then if you really got crazy, you got into like Romance of the Three Kingdoms or whatever, but... Those games were all very similar, but like... I don't know if they're actually hard as far as like adult strategy games go, but man, as a kid, the more complicated ones... Like Gemfire wasn't too bad, but the more advanced... strategic turn-based, like, I don't know, kind of like Civilization sort of things. Man, those games kicked my butt. Alright, this will be the final town to sell off carpet for the moment. Clan of the Grey Wolves on Genesis. I didn't really play all that many Genesis games, so I'm not sure if I've ever seen that one before. Alright, and for now, let's just buy a bunch of food. It's kind of a waste of money, but it's faster this way. 60 days worth of food will get us pretty much anywhere we want. We're just gonna speed along to Italy, basically. So, if you remember, when we left Arabia, we had a little over 2 million gold. We now have over 3 million gold. So it was a pretty good, Oh, that's the Genghis Khan 2. Oh, I see. They just had a different name for it. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, that was a good game, though. I like that. Alright, welcome to Genoa. And, of course, it's 1 a.m. Now, I have had a couple people provide some tips every so often that there are secret events that at certain times of the night you can go find special gear at the weapon and armor stores, or the item store. Maybe when we're doing a more combat-focused character that needs all the special weapons, we'll look into that a little bit more. But for now, that's not really important. Alright, Genoa. It's been a long time since the king sent us on this quest. You discovered the Popol Vuh. So we found all these discoveries last stream. I forget which one was which. But now we're a squire. That must have been a really good discovery, because one discovery got us a promotion. I probably should have come here first. And also, man, Italy, unless they've changed, 0 allied ports. This is like the worst tax-free permit you could possibly get. It's so bad. Oh, I forgot. Do I actually need to buy this? I might need the letter of marque to progress. Let me just double check here. Oh, right. You can only become a letter of marque if you've actually done some combat. Fine, fine, fine. So basically, we need to go spend a month or something traveling around, and then the king will probably want to talk to us again, because we're basically way over-famed for the level we're at. Like, we've got so much fame, I'm sure we can very nearly max out our rank, because it's mostly just based on how much your total fame is. And then you go back, talk to the king, he asks for something, you do it, and then you get a promotion. But I think it either ticks out, it might be every day, but I bet you it's every month that it updates. So while we're figuring out the Italy stuff, let's stop by the bar, of course. And we'll figure out where we're going to go. But yeah, I feel like Pietro probably has the worst faction. 0 influence, no, it's like a totally worthless, like, rank system, basically. I'm not sure if I should still be recruiting captains or not, but it's nice to look around. All right, we'll do some treatment. They do tell you some tips every so often. Like, apparently the Governor General of Italy is already looking for us. I wonder if that means we have to go back on another day or something. Maybe I don't have to wait a month. This is good sciencing. Maybe you just need to go to the bar, and then suddenly the king will talk to you again. Yep. So it doesn't take a month. That's actually really quite nice. You just need to... I should have done this last time we got promoted, and I just didn't know. Because I'm sure when we got the first page promotion, we could have kept going. Anyway, what does he want this time? He wants more discoveries. Alright, well, we have some discoveries. Here, have a stone face. Not good enough. Here, have a monument of the sun. That's really good. Is this the only way to get promoted? Because we're going to run out of discoveries after a while. Alright, well, let's see how far we can go with our amazing fame. It seems like the delay is you have to go to the bar. Because going right back into the castle hasn't worked. So you go to the bar, you have some drinks, and then you find out the king is looking for you. The quest he gives you is based on your highest fame. Oh, that's kind of dumb, actually. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but if all he gives us is discovery quests, like, we're gonna run out of discoveries to give him. And then are we just gonna be stuck? We can't get promoted after that until we get 30,000 combat experience or something? Oh well, I don't think you need to become a duke to finish the story, but it's kind of annoying. Alright, find discoveries. Here, have a lizard. Have a whatever. I didn't even check. We're a baronet, though. We'll just do this until we run out of discoveries, I guess, because we've got what we've got, and we might as well get leveled up. For some characters, getting Duke is a non-standard game over. Oh. So don't even get Duke. Hopefully we don't game... I can't imagine for Pietro you'd game over for getting to Duke. That'd be silly. Yeah. So we keep giving him all of our discoveries. We found a python. We found a Komodo dragon. And now we're a baron. So we're what? A little bit over halfway through the ranks now. Do the ranks even do anything? I don't know. Probably means we can get the tax-free permit, which does nothing cheaper. And maybe a letter of marque if we had more pirate fame. Game over means you can't keep going with the main quest. Yeah, that would suck. I really doubt that we have enough discoveries to actually get to Duke, to be honest. Let's put a save down anyway while we're a baron. Alright, we found a kangaroo! And a frilled lizard. Seems like he gives you a promotion for... generally 2. Royal rank also increases crew per day from bars. Oh, that's nice. I guess that's fairly helpful. So we're a Viscount. After Viscount comes maybe just a normal count. Man. Get promoted. I wouldn't be surprised if the rank does a couple things, but I'm just not familiar enough with the game to know all it would do. Ayers Rock, the Koala. That's 2, not good enough. We found a Kiwi. I should check how many unturned in discoveries we have, because I don't want to have his quest accepted when it's uncompletable. Ooh, we're an Earl. Viscount to Earl. Isn't Earl specifically for, like, Scottish counts or something like that? That's kind of weird. I feel like it's, like, the same rank as one of the other ranks, but just a different, different nationality or culture. Well, judging by the number of coat of arms, we must be getting fairly close. Pretty famous. Now, there is also a way to increase your hidden luck stat. That might be something we need to do at some point. I don't know if I'll... Actually, I don't know if I'll bother with Pietro, to be honest. Because he's not really a combat character. And the luck stat's probably going to be more useful on someone like Catalina if I'm gonna bother grinding that kind of thing away. Let me put a save down before we do this again. Oh, he's not looking for us. So we might be capped on how far we can promote for our current fame. That's actually good, because I didn't want to run out of discoveries. So, Earl... That's like 8 ranks. I think the big one is 5 coat of arms, so we're like... I bet you there's 10 ranks altogether. We're probably 8 out of 10. I don't know exactly how much fame you need to get the next rank or the final rank, but that's fine. Like, that's pretty well promoted. Like, if we were playing Sid Meier's Pirates, we'd be wooing women all over the place by now. Alright. So now that that's done, what's next? Well, let's have a little talk about ships. We need to pick out some ships, and then... Actually, okay, there's one more thing I want to do. Because I wouldn't be surprised. One thing I should have done on our way by was stop in Lisbon. Because our main quest is kind of centered out of Lisbon. And I should have stopped by and talked to the Duchess. So let's go do that, and then we'll talk about ships. Maybe this will progress the main story. No auto quest. Okay, so we can check how many discoveries we've got. We've got 2 discoveries left, so I think I'll hold on to them. I wouldn't be surprised if this is not enough to get to the next rank. So I don't think there's any way we're getting to rank 10 unless we can find some more discoveries or do an awful lot of trading and or combat or something. Whatever raises the other ranks. Okay, so main quest is on hold. King quest is on hold. Let's talk ships. So at the end of the last stream, I think it was the end of the last stream, we were looking at the ship list. And I'll pull this up for you guys to watch while I'm talking about these things. So we're just on the Wikipedia here. And, like, there's lots of ships. We've talked about these stats a little bit before, but just to recap real quick, power is approximately how strong or how fast the ship will move. Although it's a little bit more complicated than just that. But it's a 0 to 100. And, you know, you take damage, it'll go down and stuff, but it's kind of complicated. Strength is sort of tied to it, I think. There's some math behind the scenes there. Top material is just the best hull you could use, the best material you could use. And then cargo is the base cargo space, but it is varied based on how many bunks you have. So if it doesn't actually say what it defaults to, but let's say it's 30 cargo at 10 bunks. If you cut it down to 5, it'll be 35, and if you go to 20, it'll go down to 20, like 20 cargo, 20 bunks. And then same thing with cannons. If you don't have those cannons, you'll get extra cargo space. Tacking is like turning, again, more for combat. I think strength and tacking make more difference in combat maneuvers than overworld. And then they give you an idea of the industry level requirements, the price, how long it takes to build. So, you know, standard stuff. So anyway, we don't need to look at the little ships because we're not going to use any of these right now. But if we ever do a Japanese playthrough, this little puppy, small baby early game ship, that's really fast. Like, that's nice. It doesn't really hold very much cargo, but that might be a really good early ship. Anyway, let's go down to like what we've got. We want to be looking for ships that have cargo at least over 400 because our ship has around 400. We did nows. That was our first like real investment, was to get a bunch of nows. And so this Venetian galleass is bigger and more expensive than what we currently have. So we could theoretically try to get this. It's one of the better close combat fighting ships as well, if we ever care. But, hey, Lakshen. No need to be sorry. It's all good. But yeah, this is the La Real. This is what we've been using. It's nice to have that 100 base power, but we're going to probably lose a little bit of power if we trade, basically. We go up. And it's a base 40,000 gold, so we can kind of have a plan. Any RPGs planned? Well, I mean, this is an RPG. But, oh, you're sorry about the investment. It's fine, Lakshen. Don't worry about it. RPGs, I mean, I'm kind of just playing through RPGs on the Super Nintendo. It's just sort of as they come up. Maybe we'll find some more spooky games for October. So anyway, La Real base cargo was only 260, but we upped it to 400. So if we can find a similar powered ship with more cargo without needing a ton of crew, that would be a nice upgrade for trades. So if we're just comparing it to a couple things, the Carrack, I guess, is kind of like an easy mid-game ship as well, to be honest, for trading. Like, it's definitely a trading ship. But I think we can do better, and I think we can do better than the Venetian galleass as well. Pretty easy to build, like 450, 500 in industry, but also shallow water. Looks like it's kind of like a Mediterranean ship, maybe. I don't even know if this matters. We're not, I already talked about it. We're not doing Japanese ships. That'll be a separate playthrough. There's a bus. Bus doesn't seem that good. Seems slow. And it's just going to take way too much time to travel back and forth to Japan. There's nothing else to do in Japan. I mean, you can trade, but... Now, the galleon always is kind of a cool idea. Like, relatively low speed comparatively, but lots of cargo. You do need, like, quite a big crew compared to the La Real. But you can build it in multiple ports at the same time. And you could certainly make a pretty good merchant ship out of a fleet of galleons. So I would say this is an option, and maybe we'll take advantage of that. Sloops don't matter. Tekusons, that's what Lokasen was talking about. Yeah, I mean, it might be slightly better. Or it's actually... Let's see. I guess it's a lot like a galleon, except way more expensive. A fair bit faster. Bit bigger cargo. Potentially more guns, same crew. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a better ship overall, but it is Japanese sort of only. So there's really only 2 ports, and you have to go all the way over there and invest them up to 1,000. So that's like a special advantage. Like this is a very special ship that you only get in Japan if you invest them to max. It takes 3 months per ship, so you're building them 2 at a time at best. That's a lot of messing around just to get these guys. So eventually, maybe. Now, here's another unique ship that you can get frigates out of England and Holland. Now, this actually seems kind of poor. It's super expensive, like super expensive. And this is assuming you can even invest, because you can't invest in England. I'm not sure if we can even get a frigate, because these are both capital ports, I think. So unless they get to 1,000 on their own, I don't think you can do anything about that. Anyway, it does have good speed. I feel like frigates were supposed to be way better than galleons in terms of combat, but like in the real world, because it's like Northern European. Galleons were like the Iberian thing, and frigates were the Northern European ones, and they were meant to combat galleons. But 70 arms, it's about the same as a galleon, honestly, just less space. Anyway, it's fine. Barges, you can also make in England, theoretically. A little bit slow, 610. Still, compared to the Tekusan, it's not as good. But man, a lot of guns, 120 guns, that's insane. Full rigged is, of course, the ultimate ship, I think. I mean, it says the ultimate ship. Now, I don't know what this highly skilled navigators means. I've always felt that there's kind of a hidden... Like, there must be a stat that the navigating level or attributes are sort of affected by how difficult the ship is to run. So, like, a low-level character will get full speed out of a sloop or a small ship, but you need a much higher level character to get full speed out of something like this. But I don't know exactly how that works behind the scenes. But I think I've noticed a correlation before, so... You might not want to put level 1 sailors on one of these guys. You might want to be level 20 or something. Anyway, the largest amount of cannons, one of the largest crews, I don't know if anything goes higher than 500, that's just stupidly large. Which probably means, although it starts with 750 cargo, if you actually make a merchant ship out of this, you'll get the 150 space and probably more crew space back. So you probably have like 1,000 space. And even at 65, that's pretty good. Now okay, let's go look at where we can even invest, because the best ships seem to be Holland for the full rigged, or England for maybe the barge frigate. But if we can't actually get any of these easily, then we have to compare maybe looking at a galleon or a bus. Well, that's not very good. I guess if we excluded the unique ships, the kind of special port ships, the La Real can't be beaten by very much. It's like maybe we should just give in and go in with a carrack or a galleon for trading, which is kind of weird. Let's head back to Northern Europe and just have a look at these ports that we might be able to use. How do I choose the games I'm streaming? It's generally just whatever I'm interested in playing, to be honest. I played Lord of the Rings at the beginning of October because I was sick and I wanted to finally finish that game. And I do tend to play games that I am familiar with. A lot of times it's revisiting games that I'm nostalgic for. Sometimes I play new ones, or I'll play games that I played as a kid but never finished, kind of thing. That's certainly possible. So if all of England can build whatever ship we're talking about, let me look at my list here. Bristol might be somewhere you could build barges or frigates if it got to 1,000 industry. It's currently at 380 industry, so it would take a lot of investment, and the King of England would be very upset with us. Just as a comparison, we have to go 600 points of investment, which is how much money? A lot of money. I'm not sure if Dublin will count as England, but maybe. It's certainly allied with them right now. If you could build barges here, then that would be a second port. Again, that's a lot more investment required. Do they sell any cool swords in Ireland? Not really. I wonder if they unlock new items in the item shop as you invest as well. I assume those are the maximum inventory spaces, Faith. Galleon, galleass, barge, Tekusan, full rigged at 0 guns and bunks. I see what you mean, yeah. You still need like 45, 50 bunks at minimum anyway. Well, it's probably easier to make galleons. It's kind of boring. I guess, you know, we're playing as, maybe the galleass wouldn't be that bad. We're playing as Italy, essentially. Like, we're playing as an Italian faction. So Venetian galleass kind of sounds like the kind of ship that maybe we should go with, actually. All of them are 45. Just scroll back up. Oh, 40. 5 best ships overall. So the galleon is not the Mediterranean, but essentially Iberia and Northern Europe. So there's a ton of places we could build galleons. We need to get... Oh yeah, they're all 45 crew. I gotcha. The galleons require a average investment, like 800 industry and 650... Or, sorry. New galleons require 800 industry. So we definitely have to do some investment to get galleons going, but we could build a lot at the same time, theoretically. We're talking less storage space for a galleon at 65 base power. Doesn't impress me all that much. The Carrack, we weren't really comparing. Carrack is just kind of a smaller galleon in a sense. It is a very similar ship, just a bit smaller. But the Carrack's a bit faster. I think the Carrack would have been a good... Like, if you didn't want to mess around with unlocking the La Real, the Carrack would have been a fine replacement for it. Probably a little bit cheaper. Well, easier to unlock, maybe. So then we're talking... What else do we have? So I looked at the galleon. The Venetian Galleass is actually a bit faster than the galleon. The galleon has 65 base power. The Galleass has 70. Plus, it's a rowing ship, which does sometimes mean you get better speeds. Maybe we'll do the Venetian Galleass. It's anywhere in the Mediterranean or Ottoman Empire. I don't know if I've ever really focused on him. It's often a combat ship for the mid-game. But it only requires 500 industry, which means it's easier to get. Now, 64,000 per ship. It's a little bit more expensive per ship than the galleon. You know what? I'm okay with this. We're gonna go with the Venetian Galleass. If any character seems sort of canonically correct to use the Venetian Galleass, it is a good combat ship. I know. Probably that fleet below us. This is a pretty common ship. Italian battle fleet full of Venetian galleasses. Now, we're not going to be making them... Oh, they're actually pirates. Ooh. Sure hope they don't attack us. But yeah, we're not going to be making combat galleasses. But they're pretty common out here. You could probably steal a bunch from combat if that's what you wanted to do. And make your pirate fleet fairly efficiently just by stealing them, assuming you're strong enough. Now, they're pretty well armed and crewed, so you gotta be careful, but that's possible. Okay, so anywhere in the Mediterranean, which is where we are, that has 500 industry, we can look at it. Faith is always, yeah, always worried about pirates. Yeah, I getcha. So where do we want to base our hub? Like, if I want to build these ships, I have to build like 10 of them. I probably want to build them new, and I might even splurge and spend the money on, you know, getting good hulls. So you need the economy to be high enough to get copper hulls. Not that I really want combat ships, I just want shiny merchant ships, basically. And if we build them with good hulls, we can technically retrofit them to turn them into combat vessels later, if that's what we want. Actually, that's not a bad plan. If we get 10 Venetian galleasses and focus on merchant for now, but we get the copper hull, then... Now, they only have 50 cannons. They're not the best combat ship by any means. But we could transfer over to combat with them if we feel like it. Just via the retrofitting bunk beds and cannon slots, basically. Well, let's have a look at a couple ports around Italy. I kind of feel like we're going to use Italy for my base, because we're Italian, right? Even though the ports aren't allied with Italy, because the King of Italy is useless, I don't think Italy, like, gets... There must be something wrong with the merchant fleets. There's something wrong with them. Anyway, this place has got enough industry, so Naples is one place where we can build the ship. So let's start here. So we want to make a new ship. We could invest, but we'll only invest if we can't make a copper hull, basically. Yeah, they actually can build... You can build a lot of ships in the Mediterranean, obviously. Like, you don't even need to do a ton of investment here. Floating Bastion. Alright, well, maybe I'll regret it. We're going to lose some speed. We're going from 100 base speed down to 70. I don't know how much that's going to change our ocean speed, but we're also going to get quite a lot more storage space. Probably doubling our storage space. Copper hull needs 900 industry. Oh, so we have to, if we want the best hull, we have to invest more. Well, that'll slow us down a little bit. I still think I'll do it, though. Also, I'm looking at it. Yeah, the Venetian Galleass does require 60 crew. So, these ships do use a lot more base crew. So there's kind of an expense in terms of food that's a little bit higher. So you might be better off going with the barge or something. But the barge, I'm probably not going to do this. I'm just going to compare just quick. The barge is only in England, so it's more focused. Can't wait till you fight Blackbeard. I hope there's no forced combat in Pietro's story, because that would be nuts for such a non-combat sort of story. So he's got oak already. We could get 99 hull. Does it max at 100, or does copper give us like 110? That's the next question. If anyone's familiar enough with the way hull strength works. Like 99 is still pretty good. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. I know lots of, I mean, in Uncharted Waters 1, you had to switch over to combat by the end of the game because there was only one character, and the story eventually ended up in fighting pirates, basically. So, or Spanish, I guess. Oh, I mean, Copper Hull sounds cool. What day of the month is it? I can't go back right now. Oof! 70 grand. But we can get it down to 50 grand. So, oh, it's the end of the month. Ha! Ha 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 ha. Oops. Let's invest. I've got a fair bit of money. We're going to invest in Italy. We're going to make Italy great again. It's fine. What was the HP on the beach? Oh, I'll have to go check that again. There. So we fully invest in Naples. I think it'll go up by... How much is it? It's divided by 300, I think. So it'll go up by 133 or something at the end of the month. Actually, I'm not even sure. I've never really figured it out. Assumedly, the investment will get spent tomorrow. So 722, 730. Let's see what happens. 722, 733. So they went up by 166. Yeah, that's 50,000 divided by 300, right? I think I had the math right. Or at least close enough. That's probably still not high enough, because we need 900 for copper, right? Yeah. So it looks like the hull goes up by 9 points per tier, but I'm not 100% sure if copper even goes to 108, right? Like it might just stop at 100 as that's the highest. One thing I might be able to try is there a different kind of ship, like a Carrack? Oh, it's way less hull. You're pretty sure it'll go to 108? Well, I mean, we're going to be spending all this money. Let's go invest in a couple shipyards. That'll bring industry over 900. And, you know, I'll bring economy over 900 as well. I think someone will also probably immediately invest it over... Okay, so we've got someone in Twitch saying 100 is max, which means 99 would be fine. I guess we're going to test this out now. At the end of... Once we get to April 1st, we'll come back to Naples, and then we'll know for sure who was right. My gut was that we should probably stop at 99 with the beach hull, but we'll try. Anyway, let's go get some more ports while we're here. Pisa. Oh man, another one that's going to be like just... It's going to be just under the amount of we need for... Man, you know, some of these countries are really going to hate me for doing this. Investing all this money has some downsides. But that's probably still going to be just under... No, it's... Yeah, it's 166. So that'll bring us up to about 800 or so. Cannon damage is just so minor. Oh, I mean, yeah. I'm just trying to make spiffy new ships now that we're rich, right? Might as well spend some extra money and get some cool ships for the first time. Also, hello, Hades. Yeah, I started at a little bit better of a time tonight. I don't think we can invest in Genoa because it's a capital. Although maybe we're high enough rank now. Who knows? I always thought it was kind of dumb that you couldn't... Like, I sort of understand why you can't invest in a capital city, but then their industry and economy fall behind all the other cities that you can invest in, which is kind of weird. Yeah. So Genoa will always kind of suck. So we probably don't want to use this as one of our primary ports. Marseille. It's more French, but, you know, it's fine. Oh, they're pretty low. Okay, I don't want to have to invest from 350 all the way up to 900. That's too much. I'm looking for relatively developed ports in the Mediterranean, basically. So we've got 2. I kind of have a feeling... I think... No, Tunis counts as North African. So you'd get probably a different set of ships here. I want to see them, but... I don't think we would even consider investing here because even though we're still in the Mediterranean Sea, it's a different culture group for shopping and shipbuilding for some reason. Oh, well, they actually have Flemish galleons here anyway, but it's not quite... No, this is the wrong one. They have... It's not the... what's the name of the thing I'm looking for? Sorry. We're looking for the Venetian galleass. So we don't want Flemish galleons. We want Venetian ones. All right. Anyway, so yeah, North Africa is off the list. I'm not sure if this... I think this city is like a pretty low development city, but let's just check. 550 is not the worst. It's pretty close to my other 2 shipbuilding ports. So you know what? Let's make Syracuse great as well. This is going to make England hate me. Especially because I'm investing in the economic sector as well. Whatever you call it. Alright, so that's 3. Optimally, you'd have like 5 or so. And then it would just be 2 cycles of building ships. Ragusa, allied with Turkey. Oh, but they're definitely not developed enough. I'm not going to go from 180 to 900. No thanks. Venice should be fairly big, though, right? Yeah, Venice is awesome. All right, no problem. Spend another 100,000 gold in investing. And then we have to actually build all the ships. This is going to take a fair bit of time. Probably going to need a little bit more money. I hope I have enough money. We had like 3.4 million or so when we started this. I'm not even 100% sure we'll have enough. So that's 4 ports. Is there any other relatively large Mediterranean area ports that we could finish up on that are close? I mean, we can check Athens and a couple of those, because I think the Ottoman area can create Venetian galleasses as well. It's just the North African zone that doesn't count. So let's head over this way. I can't remember how big Athens is. Oh, pretty good. Now, we kind of like Athens because there's a really cheesy trade trick that we had here last live stream, or maybe a couple back, where we just traded between Athens and Istanbul back and forth. So, I mean, I kind of like the idea of investing in here, because we've actually spent some time in Athens before, so sure. Why not? And this will be 5 ports. We're not going to do any more than 5. But yeah, they've got the right set. You can see the Venetian galleass is here. Should have checked before I invested, to be honest, but... Alright, that won't get us to 900. Sorry, HR long Twitch chat name. Most of my viewers are on YouTube, but at least you guys can see each other on the on-screen chat. Alright, so we started our investments the beginning of March. Once we get to April, we'll be able to check if the hull, in fact, goes over 108 or stops at 100. I'm kind of figuring it'll stop at 100 because I figure the game will round, but we'll see soon enough. We've invested in 5 ports. We spent 50,000 gold each time, so we spent 500,000 gold. And we'll still have to do more investment to actually finish. It's kind of insane. There we go. We've got a double chat there. Oh, it's allied with Italy, guys. Congratulations. Italy has a port. Oh, you know, one thing I never checked. I should have done this. Maybe we're a high enough rank now with the King of Italy that we can get a tax-free permit without having to spend 60,000 gold. You know, that might make if we can get Athens allied with Italy, and then have the tax-free permit, that might be able to make some good profit going back and forth to Istanbul. Even better if you could get the Istanbul tax-free permit as well. They're pretty expensive, but if you're doing bulk trades, they might be worth it. Major overflow bug with too many full rig ships. Oh. Well, we'll see. Can we get any gold? Can we get any ships? Oh, come on. Stupid King of Italy. Look, if it wasn't for me, you would have no allied ports. Thanks to me, you actually have allied ports in the Mediterranean. I'm sure they're thanks to me. In Europe. Look at that. Genoa, Pisa, Naples, Syracuse, Venice. All allied with Italy now, as they should be. Thanks to this Ankylo right here. Spending 500,000 gold. Can I get a tax-free permit for free? April and October. Was it free? Come on, I'm an Earl, and I just spent 500,000 gold giving you ports. Good, they just give it to you for free now. That's what I was hoping. Unfortunately, it is about to expire, but okay. So that gives me something to do. It expires in April, so it's got like not even a month of time. That's great. Alright, so while we're waiting for the month to tick over, let's go play around back in Athens. That's a pirate there for sure. He's just waiting for someone to come by to steal. Alright, so currently allied with Italy. We've got this is the first time we've ever had a trade permit. Let me free up some cargo space here. Ugh, this part's the worst. I'm gonna free up like I don't know how much. 8 ships? Oops. Trying to go relatively quick. Sorry if I make a couple little mistakes, but this takes so long. Oh boy. We don't need the lumber right now. There we go. Alright, so we'll have 2 ships for food and water, because this is a very, very short trip. And probably could get away with just one ship, honestly. So now, 101% market rate. We have a tax-free permit, so we actually can buy stuff for cheaper here. And we had a... Did I do the gold and silver trade? Not really. What I was doing was, the biggest profit we made so far was buying glass beads in Amsterdam, traveling to West Africa, selling the glass beads, buying, I think it was like porcelain or something, I forget exactly, and then traveling to Veracruz where we bought gold for super cheap, like 400, and then bringing that back to Europe for 1150 per gold. That was the most profitable in terms of how much value is on our ships. But this is probably the less amount of game time trip. I'm pretty sure it was art. Let me just double check on my selling list here, but I'm pretty sure it was art to Istanbul, and then we bought carpets in Istanbul. Art. Where are you, my friend? Yeah, so art is the specialty for this specific town. Normally it's more expensive, but we can sell it for 400 most places in the most places in the Mediterranean will buy art for 400. So if we can negotiate that down a little bit, we're going to be making a great profit. Also, one thing I might want to do, because we've been talking about this and we have never really confirmed it, if I appoint a different person to my bookkeeper. My bookkeeper has the accounting skill, but I have someone with the negotiation skill, which is perhaps better? I don't know. This guy, I believe. Oh, you can't. Okay, this is gonna take a second. Sorry. Bernardo has the negotiation skill. So does my first mate. Okay, we'll just move the first mate down. I would like to find out if someone has, like, negotiation and bookkeeping, if that actually worked. But anyway, we'll just appoint the first mate over. And it'd be nice to find... So we need, like, a new first mate. Oh, perfect. Louis Farrell. Why didn't I do this earlier? Louis has the skill for first mate already. Silly. The Athens, Istanbul carpet art is always the best early game, yeah. Bernardo is amazing. Which one's Bernardo? Sorry. You like this guy? His stats aren't that amazing, but his portrait's pretty awesome. Alright, so anyway, the whole goal there was to give us a bookkeeper that had the negotiation skill, just to see if it affected our trading here. So if we go for art, and he says, the price is fine. That is not fine. I want some discounts here. He just took 240 straight up? I don't think I've ever gotten that big of a discount without haggling. So that's interesting. Now the price goes up. Bookkeeping is amazing. I seem to be getting better deals, right? Never buy for more than 400 is the other rule. Bernardo is good at bookkeeping. It's fine. I feel like he's accepting my bargains better right now, I feel like. Or maybe it's because, maybe this is because I'm promoted to Earl, and then you can negotiate better as an Earl or something. I don't know. Is that like a hidden mechanic that I never knew about? But usually I would offer 20 or 30% less, and then he would haggle. But now I'm offering like 25% less, and he's just taking it. So he went back with 379. Why don't we try like 340? And he just takes it straight up at 340. I've never seen this good of a negotiation. 407 as the market goes up. 407 again. And again, we get it for 370. Weird. But now the market's getting pretty high. I don't know if we're going to be able to sell it for any... Like, we're not going to be making a huge profit anymore. It's going to be hard to sell... Like, it's hard to buy this for much less than 400. Although I think we can get under 400. Yeah. Alright. Well, we bought a ton of art. We inflated the market here up to 122%. Which will mean we can sell carpet for less. Alright, a little bit extra food and water. It doesn't matter. We need to travel like half a day. So the no tax per... Maybe... And part of it might be, you know, no taxes, right? Who knows? I'm also not even sure how we're going to get into Istanbul just yet. Well, the carpet sells for like 300. Yeah, I have to wait till night. Ah, oh, I missed it. A little bit of fast forward and I missed it. Alright, so then now that we're in Istanbul, we just trying to get caught by the popo. Wait for the shops to open. At least it's not too hard to get around the guards. Alright, so now we can sell it for 408. But, okay, someone mentioned sell prices, not buy prices. You can't haggle for sell prices. Like, does having the bookkeeper skill mean you get more money on sale? Because it just says market rate and you just sell it for me normally, right? Because you don't even get an option to accept the price. You just sell, like, you just determine how much you're selling. I guess we could probably make a slightly better profit if we started by buying the carpet. I wonder if it would be worth... Okay, in 6 days, the trade permit's going to wear out. So even if we could go buy a trade permit for 60,000 gold, it wouldn't be worth it right now. Because it would wear out almost instantly. Unless we're spending more than 60,000 gold in tax. Does anyone want to do some math? We've got 20%. The purchase price will be around 200. So we're talking about 40-ish gold in tax per item times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ships at 400 or so. 8 times 400 is 3,200, say 3,300. So a total of 3,300 carpets, give or take. And we're going to assumedly pay 40 tax each. Now we're getting serious math here. I'm going to open up a calculator. What? Windows 10? Why are you so bad? I just want calculator. I don't want to go to the App Store. Seriously? Does Windows 10 not have a built-in calculator you can just use? It just tells you to buy one at the App Store? God, I hate Windows 10 so much. You're thinking of ship sales? You surely negotiate on ship sales as well. Maybe, or at least ship purchases again. You know what? Windows, you failed me. You know what else has a calculator? Google. I said 3,300 times around 40 in tax. So that would cost us actually more than a tax-free permit. One full load of carpets are probably going to cost us more, like around 132,000, assuming my math is right. It's not 40%, it's 40. It's it's going to be around 3,300 units at 40 gold per unit of tax. So it should be 132,000 gold of tax. So assumedly, we can meet the ruler, buy a tax-free permit that's going to wear out almost instantly. Because I believe these things are 60,000 gold. 40,000! Deal! So we might have just made it 90,000 gold. And if you did multiple trips rather than just one, this would actually be very profitable with a large hull. Interesting. I've never really done the math before, but with a big fleet, yeah, I think this is probably worth it. So now carpet's approximately 40 gold less. And we can still negotiate, but now we're negotiating with no tax. I wonder how low we can get carpet. How low will she go? This guy doesn't want to negotiate the same as the guy in Athens. It might have been because Athens was loyal to Italy and I'm Italian, so we got kind of a bonus on trading. I kind of have a feeling that's what was going on, actually. Because now we're not getting any kind of deal. Weird. Okay, let's try... Now that I'm curious, I want to appoint a bookkeeper that actually has the skill now. Because our bookkeeper our current bookkeeper has negotiation, not accounting, which is what gives you the star by Jacob. So we'll switch that over. Yeah, if there was a city, is there a city in the Mediterranean, the Ottoman area? Like Istanbul, Istanbul is great because it's so close to Athens. But if there is another port near Athens that sells carpet or something, Beirut might work. Beirut has a specialty in carpets as well. That could be amazing. Athens to Beirut is a little bit longer than Athens to Istanbul, but maybe... Because then you wouldn't need 2 tax-free permits if you invested. I mean, you spend 100,000... You spend like 1,000,000 gold investing. That's more expensive than the tax-free permit. Actually, tax-free permits are cheap enough that you probably should just buy them anyway once you're into the mid-game. Anyway, I reassigned my dude. Let's see if we can trade a little bit better. No tax for you! That's great. Okay, there. See? He is offering a price that we could not negotiate to. Remember, we were trying to offer like 200, 205. It must be when they're loyal to your faction and you're a high rank, you can negotiate even lower. We're just learning so much. Anyway, we're gonna buy those. Now we're gonna start just selling loads of art at inflated weight prices. I think we'll just go one, we'll sell one, then we'll buy one, so the market rate will hover around, it'll hover around the same, like it won't go up or down much. You could kind of sell all your art in one batch, but you'd get less money every time, and then buy carpet. The first couple carpets would be cheap, but in the end, I think in the end it's about the same. That's what I'm trying to say. But at least this way you generally pay the same amount, so it's kind of easier to keep track of how much it costs. It's all good, Hades. We're really just sort of experimenting here anyway, so if it's confusing for people watching at home, I apologize. This is all just an experiment in making ridiculous amounts of money. And having some fun while we're doing it, basically. If you can't pull out a spreadsheet and a calculator, what kind of gamer are you, right? I hate that we have to haggle every single time, but it's fine. Man, imagine when our ships have twice as much cargo space. Basically twice the profit per trip. Also, twice the profit in half the time because you buy them all bulk rather than negotiating every single time. You're a gamer with Windows 10. Never again. I will never install Windows 10 again. I'm already planning my next reinstall. It's not going to happen ever again. I promise. It is good for basic math. Yeah, and basic, you know, supply-demand economy. Like, it's very simplified compared to the real world, but it does have some of the, you know, supply-side economic stuff. An introduction for kids. And taxes. Introduction for taxes. The government wants your money. Go complain to your parents that the king of Istanbul takes 20% of every purchase. Alright. Sell all of our art. Now we buy one last load of carpet. For about... It's nice that the price is about the same. So all the way through that, we bought all the carpet for 200 kind of thing. Alright. Done. Let's get out of here. I actually have a Linux distribution installed right now in dual boot mode. It's gonna take a long time to set it up to have all the stuff I want, but yeah, I'm really tired of fighting with Windows 10. I was pretty happy with Windows 7, but you know, it's getting pretty old and you're supposed to be updating them, you know, for security patches and stuff, but it's just killing me. Teaches you that rich people can get out of taxes? Maybe, yeah, it's possible. So back in Athens, carpet goes for 450 rather than 200, so pretty big increase. Let's just unload a whole bunch at once because that seems fun. I'm not gonna keep... Oh boy, now the price is going down a lot. We should go to a different port to sell these, but it's fine. We're flooding the market with carpet. We've got too much carpet being sold. We're barely making a profit now. Now we're selling it almost for price. And now we're taking a loss. Whatever. It was just for fun. What I want... There's really only one more thing I want to do before we go... There you go. Look at this. So you still... Okay. The negotiation skill on your bookkeeper doesn't matter. You need the accounting skill. Because the accounting skill tells you the minimum price the merchant will accept. And if you are in an allied port, maybe with rank, you can really haggle well. That's awesome. So I'm just going to buy a couple bins of art. I'm not going to do the full thing. Man, 117 for art is so cheap. This is crazy. Yeah, the allied port discount must be just ridiculously strong. Like, sorry for ridiculousing it up over and over again, but this is really good. Like, we're getting a 33% discount, basically. Plus no tax. Like, that's just such a good deal. Yeah, you can definitely tank the economy. I'm not sure if it's better or worse to sell and buy, you know, sell a load, buy a load, sell a load, buy a load, or sell all your stuff and then buy all your stuff. Like, I don't know. I haven't done the math or anything. I feel like at the end there, we were selling carpet for a loss, so we sold too much carpet at the end. But it really is that huge negotiation discount here that is going to make us the real money. And I want to find out if Beirut, because Istanbul's nice and close, but I want to check down at Beirut, which is just over here, we found out, I believe. It's a little bit farther, like, instead of traveling half a day, we're traveling like 2 days. I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, okay. So this is allied with Turkey. It's considered the Ottoman Empire. So theoretically, we can buy... we can invest here so that they're both Italian. And this place will have the different culture group for the market. Now, they don't sell... Let me just double check my list here. According to my wiki, carpet is a specialty for Istanbul and Beirut. But there's probably a minimum economy requirement. So let's look at Beirut. Yeah, it needs a 300 economy. And it'll sell carpet for 210, which is the same price as Istanbul, except you can invest here. Oh, so you can make... Oh man, this is ridiculous. This is so good. We're gonna be rich. I mean, we're already pretty rich, but we're gonna be richer. Lubeck to Santa Cruz, silver and gold. Yeah, I mean, there's lots. Obviously, the game is not that difficult. There's clearly multiple ways to game the system and get rich. Clearly. Invest. Alright, that should be enough. It's almost April. We're probably going to take a break here shortly. A break from buying and selling, because we're going to go start building our ships. But let's get to April 1st. Alright, so the investment went up to 400. I expect they're allied with us now. Although, we'll just leave and go back. There we go. So, if you have Athens and Beirut allied with Italy... Now, I think our tax-free permit may have just worn off because now it's April 1st. But theoretically, one tax-free permit that we get for free... We can sell our art here for a great price. We can buy... Yeah, we have to rebuy the tax... But yeah, it's got carpet now. Oh, yeah, we got it, guys. We have got it. And we should be able to negotiate way down compared to Istanbul. Alright, I think I broke it. I think we broke the game. It's probably partially because we're an Earl, and Earls probably get the, like, the higher your rank, I bet you the higher your rank, the better the discount. But, like, look at this nonsense. We're paying tax, and we're still, like, yeah. This is with taxes. It's still super cheap. Oh, man, that's pretty good. I'm just gonna finish loading up the last couple ships at the bottom, but this is fine. I think I've got one with art. Yeah, sell that. Yeah, if you want to min-max, no such thing as good as enough gold ingots. Yeah, well that's it too. That's also part of it. Like if I did the Veracruz trade deal, because Veracruz has the cheapest gold bars, like pure gold. If we have, now that we're a high-ranked Earl, if we go to Veracruz and keep it allied with Italy, we could also buy gold for 20% less there, and again, we'd get an amazing, amazing deal, I'm sure. Anyway, this is the last one for the moment. We're getting these for almost half price. 223 to 133, that really is crazy. I've never seen, I guess I've never played late game in this very long. Like, I must not have played very much late game Uncharted Waters 2, because I haven't been this high a rank where you can just make money out of nothing so easily. Like, there's no need to travel far. I think I might go down with Athens to Beirut, or Beirut, whatever you prefer, might actually be the best trade route in the game. Because they're so close together, and you can invest in both of them. Like, a capital city is less good. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards this being the best route I've ever seen. Nah, we don't have a triangle. We just have a manipulate the market loop, basically. Anyway, for now, let's head back to Italy, because we're supposed to be building new ships. That's the real goal here, was building new ships. Let's just speed our travel up a bit. We invested in quite a few towns in March, so that hopefully we can see some cool new ships. Well, not really new, but bigger. Yeah, so we're over 900 in economy here now. Let's sell off. We can lower the price of the ships a little bit by selling something in the market. So that'll drop it down a little bit. So the new ship will be a little bit cheaper, plus, you know, we have a bit of money. Kind of reminds me of FF2, the style. Yeah, I mean, it's still an RPG to some degree. Alright, so the idea here is building new ships. Venetian galleasses unfortunately require a lot more crew, but also hold a lot more cargo. So, order this model. Now that we have copper... Okay, yeah, so the question earlier on, if you're watching, was it worth it to go up to copper? The answer is no. 99 hull versus 100. This required another month of time, investment. It'll actually be more expensive. 75,000 down to 62,000 instead of 68,000 down to 50. So we're paying quite a lot extra to get copper. Now, copper sounds great, and I've got lots of money, so I'm going to do it anyway. But I don't think it's really worth the time. I think I'll make my flagship with copper, and then I won't really care. The rest of my Venetian galleasses might just be oak, because the other ports might not have 900. Anyway, so this is gonna be real expensive. 62 grand. I can't remember the hundreds digit. We'll go with something like that. All right, goodbye. And oh, we've got some naming. So we've got like 10 of these ships theoretically we can name, although there'll be batches of 5. This one's copper, so it's the flagship. So does anyone have any good suggestions for our next flagship? It's gonna be a big cargo ship. We're not really gonna be doing combat or anything yet, although we could, at any point, we could switch it over now. Am I still sick, Ankylo? Not too much. I'm mostly healed up, Badabri. Thanks. I think I said 98%. I've had a couple coughs during the stream, but not too bad. Let's see. Good names. So we're making bank. Oh, you know what? We want to find the City of Gold. The quest, the job here, the reason we're building ships for whatever reason, is to find El Dorado. So something to do with gold for the capital ship. So this could be, we'll call this the gold, and this is going to be real clever. The gold ore, because we want gold ore, but the ship has ores. Thank you, I'll see myself out. Alright, get to building. Now, how many bunks are we going to want? We're not going to be in combat. You need 60 minimum to sail with max speed. I think the flagship will go a little bit extra, so we've got some spares. But I don't think we even need to go to 100. We might go to like 80. That's 20 extra. You know what? The flagship can have 100 bunks. The rest of them will probably have 60 or 70, just to maximize cargo space. But this guy, for now, we'll get 100 crew. That's fine. We won't need guns. And that gives us 850 cargo space. That's double. That's more than double what we've got currently. Although we're going to travel a little bit slower. But it'll be a much stronger ship in terms of hull and all that kind of stuff. 73 days. All right. So now we got to go queue up a bunch of other ships. So let's just go do the same thing 4 more times. So our second ship port was Pisa. We'll just fast forward through most of this. Build a new ship. Galleass. Yes. Oak will be fine. Oh, wait, hold on. One of my tricks was to sell a little bit first. Make a little bit of extra gold, and then lower the price of the ship a little bit. A small difference. 56,650. Always gotta haggle, guys. In fact, because we've been doing so much haggling lately, let's call this one the haggler. Oops. The hagglee. No, we'll go with haggler. Always haggling. Alright, start building. So, flagship is 100. Do I care about going over 60 for the extras? Or do we just want to go minimum crew, optimal storage space? We're probably not doing a lot of discoveries at villages anymore. Because we can afford the really good, whatchamacallit, figureheads. We don't get a lot of bad events. Sometimes it's nice to have a buffer zone of crew, so you've got some spares, but I'm thinking we can probably get by with 60 crew. The flagship will have some spares, so if a few people die, we have backup, but like if you go to like 100, if you have a bad event, you still can sail, but I think we'll just do a minimum. Let's just optimize it. So you get 890 storage max. Pretty good. Alright. And we'll just make 3 more ships like that, basically. Although while we're here, let's stop by the king and get our tax-free permit. I wonder what rank you need to get those for free. Because that might be a really good early game target. Is getting enough ranks, enough fame and ranks early on that you can get tax-free permits, basically. Where were the other 3 ports? When will all the bling bling be made? Well, once we've got our new ships. I mean, we're already pretty blingy, but... Oh, you want a ship called the Bling Bling? We can do that next. Yeah, that's fine. 1, 2... Athens is 1. Venice is 1. Where's my 3rd one? Was it Marseille? I think it was France, actually, yeah. Went the wrong way. Got confused. No, not this one. No, only 350. I forgot my 5 ports. Sea Gypsy. Okay, we can do a Bling Bling and a Sea Gypsy. That's fine. Ragusa was not where we invested. But Venice is up. Venice is good to go. Let's just travel the day around, or force the day to... force the whatever this place, the shipyard to be open. Alright, new ship. Venetian Galleass. Yes. We could get copper, but we're not going to. Oh, wait, I always forget. First things first. Sell some carpet. So we've got a Bling Bling and a Sea Gypsy. That's 2 more ships. We'll do that. That's fine. New ship. Venetian Galleass. Yes. Oak. Haggle. 56,700, let's say. Okay, name your ship. We can do Bling Bling. That will fit. It would be really cool if we could rename the captains, because then you could have chat or viewers named after, or the captain is named after the chat. There's possibly a way to do it with like ROM hacking or something. You just have to know how to look up the character names in a hex editor or something and then change them, but that's pretty involved. All right, 60 bunks, 0 guns, good. Alright, Venice is pretty well invested. Pretty well developed. Did I only have 4 ports? I thought I had 5. Athens. I guess now that we've invested in Beirut, we could use Beirut to build our ships too, right? Seeing as it's kind of my... There was somewhere I invested in, though, that was a North African port. I can't remember which one it was, though. Maybe I only did 4. You could be right, Hades. I meant to do 5, but I think I might have got stuck in Athens thinking, let's make tons of money. Venetian Galleass. I know I was talking about investing in an Ottoman port as well, but... You know, I forgot one more time. Take my carpets. The carpet price is going down in Athens. They've got too many carpets. Alright. 58,400. Alright, so we had Sea Gypsy was on the list. We probably have one more ship coming up if anyone else comes as an idea. Hey, fella. We are making bigger ships to make more money. Alright, 60 crew, 0 guns, bam. Alright. Athens is fine. I could invest more. Earl is the free tax port. Oh, Earl is the time that we can get the tax-free permit. Yeah, okay. Well, it's a good thing we made it to Earl, then. It's alright, fella. It's not like we've really done anything besides explore the entire world and find the lost staff of Poseidon and make 3 million gold. And then manipulate the markets in the Mediterranean to make us rich. This place will be invested in for the next month. I don't think I can make my galleass with oak yet here. I wonder, this port might not even do it. I think Ottoman ports are supposed to, but we'll have to see, like, in the next month. I thought for sure I had another port I invested in. Which one would it have been? Maybe, what was the name of that port south of Athens? There's that island. Did I stop there? Because that was kind of on my trip, right? Candia? It's allied with Portugal, so that's a negative. We're gonna lose the ball pit at this rate. Well, let's just wait till March 1st and invest here more. It's fine. I like Beirut, so let's just use this as our port number 5. It won't take very long. There we go. May 1st. Alright, so the investment went up to 582. I think that's high enough for the Venetian galleass. Are there enemies in the games? Oh yeah. There's pirates and enemy countries can attack you and all that cool stuff. There's like half the design for these ships is combat stats, honestly. We just haven't really got into combat. Oh, we can only get up to beach. Whatever, this ship's just going to be a little bit worse. Do we have a name for this one? This is the bad ship. This has the beach hull. Every other ship we have is going to have better hull than this one. Did I miss any in there? Something related to being broke would be an idea. You know, this is kind of contrived, but we'll call it just so I remember that this ship is bad. It's the wrong beach. It's this is where you go when you're really poor. But this ship in specific is kind of bad. So the broke beach. Double B. Honestly, it's not going to make much difference. 90 hull versus 99, what's the difference? But there you go. And while we're here, let's invest some more money. I've got 3.5 million. We could make some more. We will make some more. In fact, let's make some more. We're going to buy some carpet at discount prices. Just speed through all this process. The reason we're going to do a little bit of shopping, or a little bit trading right now, is because we've queued up 5 ships. It will take a while for them to get built. So we might as well do something with our time. Now, carpet is beginning to get a little bit expensive. But we're still able to purchase it for pretty low prices. Can you put money in the bank to collect interest? Is there interest? Like, what's the actual interest rate in the bank? I could do that, though. Marco Polo's in Venice, and we've been there before. It depends on what the interest rates are. If it's like 1% a year, then nah. What am I trying to do? Cargo. Just clearing up a couple more ships worth of inventory. So 2 ships of food and water. And then buy more goods. Always buy more. Oh, he's out of carpet. What's happened? That's why we need to invest more in the industry, or the economy. Is there anything else we could buy here that would be worth it? I never know. I never know if it's worth it. Let's see what wood it sells for. Sometimes wood is worth good money. What country? We're Italian primarily, yeah. You can sell wood for about 125 back in the Mediterranean. That's not bad. Dye goes for about 125. That's not going to be worth it. Copper ore is worth up to 175. That's not too bad. You can get copper special in Nicosia. Take your Persian rugs back. So probably the best trade would be, if I'm going to fill up more ships, might be copper, actually. That's 118 to 175, or wood 82 to 125. So wood is about 40 profit. Copper ore is about 45, 50. It's not much different, but oops. Plus, we can always negotiate. Yeah, I mean, we can buy it for 70. The haggling is just insane now. I'll just offer you 10 gold, because clearly we're gonna just steal you. This is modern day piracy here. This is the true pirating. Buying copper at 86. How cheap could we get gold bars? Gold bars have a base price of 400 in Veracruz. Could we negotiate that down to like 200 or something now? Like, I feel like the rank system has broken the entire market, basically. The trading mechanics have been busted by being an Earl. Which is amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. It's pretty awesome. Well, we might as well max out the investment here, right? If these are going to be my 2 primary making money ports, we might as well get them both maxed out to 1,000. They probably make more goods so they don't run out of carpets so easily if you do that. Did I forget? Oh, no, there it is. It says receive ship when it's done. Unfortunately, you can't build multiple ships in the same port. 1 shipyard, 1 ship. Alright, investment complete. You've seen gold. Is that gold bars at 200 gold? That's insanely cheap. That's because you can sell for easily 1,100 to 1,150 without even messing with the markets. That's like almost 1,000 gold profit per inventory slot. And if you have any inflated markets in North Europe, it is a straight up 1,000 gold profit. That's crazy. It's great. It is great. But it takes a lot longer to sail across the Atlantic Ocean, of course. Alright. Remember all these carpets we bought? There, have some carpets. What about, yeah, didn't I buy copper? So remember, we bought the copper for about 70. So we're still making like 100 gold per item there. That's a good increase. And half the reason we come to Athens anyway is to get cheap art. What a bargain, he says. Well, I'll tell you what, 226? How about 135? That's the real bargain. That's so cheap. Here, have some more copper ore. Like, this is just like, we're just making money. I get it. You can invest gold and pick it up for basically doing nothing. But at this point, for just a small investment of time, we can make all the money we could ever want. Probably much faster. I mean, it does take some messing around here on the inventory screen, but like, I obviously haven't done the math, but the amount of profit per trip here, like per in-game day or whatever you want to measure it by, is just, it's unreasonable how, like, it's like a 2 or 3 day round trip in game time, and you end up making just millions of gold. Like, Santa Cruz with maximum economy, lowest market rate, and Duke get you cheap gold. I'm pretty sure Veracruz is cheaper, but yeah, Santa Cruz is closer. Veracruz is just way over in Mexico. I just like it because I think it has the cheapest base gold price. But yeah. What else was I doing here? We're selling, or we're buying and we're selling, and I'm reading chat and getting so greedy. And we're not even maxed economy yet, technically. Like, who knows how much more money we'll make with bigger ships. I should probably stop, because this is going to be more profitable with larger ships and a fully invested... Like, the time it takes to make this money is going to go down because we're going to have bigger hull size and also better economies in another month or two. Anyway, that's a lot of buying and selling there. So we still have 3.2 million, plus a full cargo load of art. Art we can sell pretty much anywhere. Like, we don't have to specifically sell art in Beirut. That was just because we can buy carpets in Beirut, which is a great deal. But, what else should we do while we're waiting around? Because we're kind of just waiting for our ships to get built now. And I could waste hours and hours buying and selling gold, buying and selling carpet and carpet for art. Could do that forever until we're actually rich. So what's the quickest way to have time pass by is the next question. Is it staying at the inn, or is it sailing around? Sailing around gets you experience, at least. 41 days before we can start picking up our ships. Have I learned all the buyable skills? The only one I missed is the cannon skill, or whatever you want to call the cannon skill. And I don't have enough stats for it, I don't think. We haven't been in combat yet, so I don't have any, I don't have good fighting skills. We can go turn in our cartography information for some money. I don't know how much money that'll actually be worth, but that's something we could go do. If I'm actually going a long distance, because we have to go... What was the cartographer guide? Oh boy, there's a question. Which cartographer guide did we pick? I think it was the one in Northern Europe, like Amsterdam, around there. This is not making a ton of money, but it's fine. I just want more room for food, because we're going to sail a little bit further. Let me put a save in here. But we did sign up to a cartographer guild at the place that teaches you the cartography skill. And then we did a bunch of exploring, so we could turn in our maps for something. But I forget the city we did that in, although I think I know approximately where it was. So one of the ports along kind of the Holland, Denmark area, I feel like is going to be the right one. I doubt it's Antwerp, but we'll have a quick look around. We're looking for the compass. The building with a compass on it, and I don't think it's this one, but let's see. We do not... This is make a new contract. No. There are quite a few cartography guilds. I just forget which one we picked. I only have $3 million. I'm poor. Yeah, it's... the Mercator guy is in Amsterdam? Okay, that makes sense. I did spend a lot of time in Amsterdam for buying all those glass beads, so... This may be where we have a contract. Perfect. Thank you for all your hard work. Here's your pay. Thanks for mapping. Basically, we did the whole circumnavigate the globe thing when we traveled by Hawaii. Here's 50,000 gold. 5 gold bar. Not even 5 gold bars. It's worth it early game, but yeah, at this point, I don't even sure if that paid for the learning of the skill, to be honest. Well, good thing we turned in our maps. While we're here, why don't you guys have some art? We'll just sell some art while we're in North Europe, and then we'll spend some time and just go back down and get our new ships going. We'll just try to speed this up a little bit, basically. We could spend episodes just messing around making money, but we're pretty rich. We are, like, you know, I don't wanna undersell it. We're pretty rich. And here we are trying to get bigger ships so we can get richer quicker, and it doesn't even matter at this point because we've already got millions of gold. Be careful, it's a British port. Oh, I didn't know they hated me here. How bad is it? Character. We're negative 25 with England. I guess that's enough to be a little bit cranky. Now, if they start sending battle fleets at us, we're gonna have a bad time. Is there a... I guess I could have checked in England. Is there a way to, like, pay off your infamy with a nation? Like in Sid Meier's Pirates? That's something I don't think I've ever checked into either. Now, we were investing into this town earlier so we could get the La Real. But that was a long time ago. We invested in Nantes and Bordeaux to get the current ships we're sailing. If you get robbed, it goes down. Aw, well that's... I don't want to get robbed. Who does that? Never forget that amber sucks. We tried to make a trade deal on amber back in the early days, and we lost a lot of money trying to make amber profitable. Hello, Robert Gray. Good evening. Alright, finished selling off all of our art. We have 4.5 million gold. We're doing just fine. We've got an easy way to make infinite money in the Mediterranean anytime we want now. So there's really no need to stress out, I think, at this point. We're pretty much capable of making as much money as we want, thanks to our great rank and our pretty large fleet. It's kind of hard to mess it up now, I think. Not Pisa. I want to go to Naples. It's already neutral? I don't understand how quickly you can lose, your faction loses rank. You do have to spend quite a lot of money, I feel like, in investments to keep ports allied. It's kind of annoying. 11 days. Alright, that's close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and finally 11 days of sleeping. A lot of port rest for the crew there. Hopefully they enjoyed it. Italy is just bad at investing, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna actually not accept into the fleet immediately because we need to sell one. I know you can moor them and hold on to the, like, you don't have to sell your fleet. You can stock them somewhere and then pick them up later on. But I don't really want to hold on to 10 La Riels just sitting around. So let's get rid of, we'll go from the bottom up and get rid of the red Ankylo and work our way up to get rid of all of them, basically. This is gonna take another big batch of micromanagement here, but I think they won't get rid of the crew until you know, move the crew over anyway, so. One reason having slightly more bunk space than you use is kind of a benefit a little bit here. Alright, so now we sell the red Ankylo. 15 grand, not as much as we paid. Looks like they took some damage that I forgot to repair up, too. Oh well. And now we receive ship. Add to fleet. We remodel it. Oh, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else to buy the figureheads, to be honest. This is... What's the new ship? The gold ore. Look at this bad boy. So we can get dragons here. I don't think I'm gonna bother trying to get the luck. There are two better figureheads that are even more useful for reducing bad events, but they're really hard to get. Like, you have to kind of grind your hidden luck stat up, and I don't think I want to do that. So dragons are gonna have to do. All right, so now that that's done, I think I need to set it as my flagship. No, that didn't work. Hold on. How do we reassign? Oh no, this is fine, right? Gold ore. See, it just... Okay, this has got to be the wrong screen for what I'm trying to do. How do you do this? Here's the question. How do you set yourself to be... How do you change your flagship? I actually don't know how that's gonna work. Anyway, let's build the next ship. Because we want 10, and we only queued up 5 so far, so let's just get this going. Let's not mess around too much longer. I want to get these ships done. Oh, right, we need 5 more names. Anybody in chat want to take a swing at a couple more names? I think at the very least, one of the ships should be the ball pit number 2. But we'll still have 4 more names for you guys to choose from if you want. Those of you who watched the original Let's Play know why. We're gonna have the ball pit. And the sequel to the ball pit. 60, 0, good. Alright. Good. The Auric? Sure, we can do that next. Sounds fine to me. We should probably get some crew before we leave, and then we'll go pick up our next ship. So hopefully this won't take too much more time. I mean, sheesh. We don't need that many men. Alright, so the gold ore. 100 crew, look at that. I need to set it as my flagship still, but for now, that's fine. And we still need to actually assign the crew on it to be... Let's see, it's the minimum of 60 for navigation. So let's go something like 80-20, because we're not doing combat, but this gives us lots of scouting, not like it matters, and a bit of a buffer for our max speed. Also, it's not much different in total speed compared to my my other ships. Interesting. Oops. Let me look at that ship now that it's built here. so it still has a 12 map speed. I wonder if the power, the 70 out of 70 by the forward arrow, I wonder if that just doesn't matter much for actual map move speed. If map move speed is just basically having enough crew and then having a skilled enough captain for the ship that he's sailing. I wish I understood that mechanic a little better, because the reason I went with La Riels was I thought they'd be faster, but this ship is supposed to be slower and it's pretty similar looking. So this ship will hold a lot of supplies. Oh boy. That's great. Alright, so from here we go to Pisa, where our ship should be done pretty quickly here. Like, if we go to the ports in the order that we ordered, the order that we constructed, there shouldn't be too much downtime between ports. I don't know how to explain it. Alright. Okay, so we had a name for the Auric. Keep in mind, chat, there's still 3 names on the table once we get to the next place. Oh wait, hold on. I have to. This is gonna kind of suck. Transfer cargo. So the Amber Sucks is next. Maybe it's not even worth reassigning your crew. I know in Uncharted Waters 1 you had to reassign the crew before you could sell a ship. I guess next time I should just try selling one of the empty ships. Like before I move the crew over, because it'd be faster. Alright. Don't forget to hire a crew. Remodel figureheads on... We just picked up... What do we call it? Oh, we also had a mid-broke. We could have a not broke for our next ship too, actually. That was the Haggler, right? Yeah. Alright. So that's 2 ships. Let's order ship number 7. The Lustful Newfie. That's a few too many characters. We've got 10 characters total here right now. Yes, order this model. Oak is good. Haggle a little bit. This one's going to be the Auric. I guess I could have added a the, but it's fine, right? It's not fine enough. We're going to go the. Oops. That's how you know you're really naming well at that point. When you've been playing long enough that you just hold the A button down and the B button down. The Aurea, that's kind of neat, but yeah, the Auric, that'll do. Alright. 60 bunks, 0 guns, go! 75 days. Ship number 7 ordered. I love gold, yeah. We can have a shout out to some old Austin Powers. Alright, gotta get a crew. We didn't quite recruit enough. Because you do actually need 60 for these ships for them to go full speed. Although it looks like 30 crew, it still gives it 12 speed. Interesting. Let's assign. Haggler is going to be 100% navigation. There we go. And it's got the same base speed. So the slowest ship is still the investment. I think it's just the captain is not very good. We should be looking for a better captain, because we still have one bad captain, basically. Alright. 2 ships down, 3 to go. So Naples, Athens, Beirut. We might as well invest some money while we're in Naples too, why not? Like, into the bank. Or sorry, Venice, not Naples. Okay. Let's go to the bank. I'm not sure if there's very many places you can But I know this is like the big bank. Central office. Should we just invest like 2 million gold, see how it goes? We can only deposit 1 million gold. The monthly interest rate is 3%. That's not bad. So that's 30,000 gold per month, 3 gold bars. But that's the max. So do I even get interest on it if that's the maximum? If a million is the max, I'll test it out. I'll leave that million there, but I bet you we won't get 30,000 gold because it'll probably just be like, nope, sorry, you've hit the maximum size for your account. We're gonna keep the interest now. You're too rich. Get out of here, punk. 2 days, all right. Alright, so this time I'm going to try selling one of my ships without removing all the crew. So we're going to sell... Oh, geesh, I don't even know. You won't get any more. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Maybe I should just not leave my money there then. I just want to pick a ship that's empty. So let's sell the investment next. The investment, did it make a lot of money? The investment... He didn't even tell us how much money we got for it. Did he even pay me? I don't like selling it on that menu because you just... the ship just disappears. He doesn't even say, I'll give you 16 grand or 20 grand for it. Didn't 16th century banks have a bad history of going bankrupt? Well, you know... Alright, so we have our ship. We need to build another one, of course. Venetian Galleass. Yes. Oak is fine. Haggle down a little bit. Let's see. I had a couple names in my head and then I lost them. Okay. So we had the broke, the mid-broke, and the... lesser broke or something like that. Who needs vowels? There we go. Perfect. And we'll give Robert Gray the next one once I can figure out a way to get his unique style of comedy involved. Alright, 60, 0, good. 73 days. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, we need some crew. And then we gotta travel down to Athens. Treat. Recruit crew. We don't need... We just need 60 men. Alright, 60 good men. Get on your ship. Then... assign them. Man, there's so much menuing you have to do in this game. Alright, now, the Bling Bling, which we just picked up, clearly has the weakest captain we've got in terms of navigation speed. Do we have anybody... it is in this one, a point. Do we have anyone faster than Bernardo? Let me just put a save down so that I don't have to reassign navigator. So he's bad. 11, 11, 10, 8. So I don't have anyone better is what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, no matter... Like, I need somebody with a higher navigation skill than whoever this guy is. The Bling Bling. Yeah, either this guy needs to get to like 9... I'm assuming it's like 90 on the navigation or something to get the higher speed. Or we need someone to replace him because he seems to have not high enough like sailing stats, basically. Oh yeah, and I did leave... And I guess we've decided about my money. Okay, well, Fernand Pinto is here. We might be able to recruit him. I wonder if he'll be worth it, though. There's probably a max on how many of these guys you can hire, too. Ooh, he's expensive. Let me, before I recruit him, let me just find out if he's any good. Other navigators. Alright, I've got my list of navigators. We're searching for, what was it, Pinto? So, Fernand Pinto. Actually, he's probably not worth it. He's Portuguese. He's got navigation and cartography. He starts at nav level 12, which sounds good, but his stats are not very good. So, he's not going to level up very quickly, which means he can't actually get his leadership and seamanship up to 100, probably. So this is probably not the kind of character I want. I'd rather get a low-level character with good stats than a high-level character with kind of average stats. So, I'm kind of glad I've got my chart now, so we can... Actually, I'll just put it up for you guys. That's how I know what his stats are. He starts at level 12. He starts at level 12, but his stats are kind of average. So, we didn't really want him. Pinto would have exploded? Do you mean his stats would have gone higher than 73? Okay, now I want to test it. I'm putting a save down. I have a feeling he's going to join at level 12 with 70 stats, which is bad. But if 70 is like his base... Oh, you mean a fire explosion, yeah. I'm just going to test it out. I put a save down. Now we can check if actually, this is probably good to do anyway. It's testing if the wiki is even true. Fernand Pinto. Yeah, so my guide was exactly correct. He starts with decent combat stats, but because he's already level 12 navigation, he's probably never going to get past 90 on his seamanship skills. So you don't want people like that. Better to get level 1 characters with average stats. Yeah, you can defeat pirates and recruit them. That's certainly a fun way to do it, for sure. Also, I was thinking about it. I'm just going to take my money. I don't trust the banks. Thank you for choosing Marco Polo Bank. No, I'm surprised they didn't take like a 10% transaction fee there, but yeah, let's get out of here. All right. Sail. Supply. So we've got 3 ships. I did order a ship here, right? Like, I'm getting confused and mixed up a little bit. I'm gonna need to take a little break here in a minute. Okay. So we've got 3 new ships. We've ordered 3 more. We have to go pick up 2 more. And then we have to wait another couple months. It's fine. We'll get it. We'll get there. Also, for those of you watching in future Tuberland, I've probably had to split this episode up because I've been recording for like 2 hours straight. And normally episodes are supposed to be like 30 minutes to an hour. So, oh, Athens. This is not the way to Athens. Come on, Blue. Once I'm done ordering vessels, then I will definitely break the recording up. Shipyards usually on the coast. Makes sense. 3 more days. Alright, that's fine. Still not fully invested in Athens. I'm actually going to invest a little bit more. Because I think my best money-making circuit is tax-free permit and then Athens and Beirut. It just seems to be so good. So. Also, we needed 3 days. So 1 day, 2 day, and 3 day. Hope you aren't being tragically burned alive. Oh yeah, future tubers. If you are in the future and it's past the robot apocalypse, I'm glad that this little fraction of YouTube entertainment has survived the robot apocalypse, because, man, I don't know what I would be doing. I'm probably dead, like, in the future. Eaten by robots or, well, eaten by robots. That's exactly how it worked. That's how it went down in my history. That's how I want to go down. Alright. He says swap. Did I not sell my ship in Naples? Because it swapped it. Interesting. Let's sell off. So we're kind of going from the bottom up. So Goldor, Haggler, Bling Bling. I don't. My names have gotten too confusing. Where's the easier way to see all the names? There we go. So you can see by the cargo size. So we're gonna sell the Debtless next. Because we're definitely not in debt anymore. We're the ones who knock. I mean, provide loans. Alright, sell this. The crew is still aboard. Okay, I see. That was a mechanic that wasn't in Uncharted Waters 1. Alright. Did I remember to put a... Oh, guys! Guys! I didn't even have to do anything. Second best figurehead. I think. It's pretty expensive, but... Bam. Dragons are gone. No guarantee you'll ever find that. Unless you've got good luck. Good in-game luck. Sweet! That's actually really nice. I don't know if I've ever seen the higher ranking figureheads. I don't even know exactly what those will do, but I'm just happy to have them. So, angel figureheads. The lustful Newfie made it after all. There you go. Excellent. So that's slightly better lucks for events, perhaps. Perhaps. All right. So now we need some more. We need to order this ship. New ship. Venetian Galleass. Yes. Oak. Let's at least haggle a little bit. Angel's a nice substitute if you can't get the goddess. I think both the angel and the goddess require a little bit of luck. It's just the goddess is like 100 luck, right? Did we have any more names in the chat? We were trying to get the lustful Newfie in here. We can go lusty Newfie, probably. Seeing as this is where they sell angel figureheads, this is actually not too bad. And then there's only one more new name after this. So... that better be a good one. We're also not able to spell it right, so... it's okay, they can't spell it right in Newfoundland either. 60 bunk, 0 guns, go. Alright. Done, done, done. Crew. Recruit crew. "60 tough men join up. Get assigned to the Sea Gypsy. Then we assign them to sailing, basically. We check for more captains. I just want to find... I need one more good captain, then we can stop looking, basically. Alright, now I can guarantee you that the ship we ordered in Beirut is not done. So I'm going to go back to Naples to see what happened to the ship that I traded. Or back to Venice. I always call this Naples, but Venice. Because I kind of feel like I messed up on the... because I tried out a different thing. Where would you even see it? He said swap your ship. Like, does that mean... it just didn't say we were getting paid, is what I was thinking. Huh. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. Let's not ask any questions about what happened to that ship. It's just gone. We'll never hear from it again. I didn't even take the crew off the ship. They're just sitting there stuck. They just became slaves to build us new ships at the shipyard. Roberto leveling up. This place is still allied with Italy, but we could certainly invest more. Just like my daddy. Aww. Alright, so how many days away are we from Beirut shipping? They still don't have any carpets. We really did buy off all of their carpets. Come on, you guys. Build me some more. 2 more days. Okay. That's actually not so bad. You guys in Beirut, you gotta start crafting some more carpets. Alright, so 2 more days, and this is the 5th ship. So this will be all the ship ordering we need to do at this point. So that'll be nice. And then we have to wait a couple months, picked up the last 5, and then we're probably not going to do any more ship purchasing for Pietro. We're going to have to save the full rig ships and the Tekusans for somebody else, because, oh boy, this just takes so much time. Alright. Sell ship number 5. The Dosh. Yeah, if we're going from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A fine vessel. Even though the crew's aboard, we just sell them off to the people in Beirut. And then we receive our ship. Add it to the fleet. We probably can't buy... This is the Broke Beach. We probably can't buy... we have to go back to Athens to get the Angels, assuming they're still there. Alright, another Galleass. This is the last one. Oh, it's expensive. Wow, we're paying extra for this one. This is a slightly inflated price there. That's an extra like 15,000 gold over normal. Alright, do we have any good names? What should we name the final ship? The last Venetian Galleass we're gonna build. Let's see. What did you miss, Hades? Mostly we're just messing around building ships, to be honest. You know, one thing that this is it's quite the time sink. Now, superstitious sailors might think naming a ship with the word sink inside of the name would be dangerous. But I have faith in our noble sailors that we will not sink. We will just waste time. Alright, bunks, guns, 77 days, get out of here. You know, the one downside of using Beirut to try to make trade goods is the terrible music. This place is a terrible hub for music. The kitchen sink. Unfortunately, Fungus, this was the last ship we're going to buy right now. Unfortunately, we don't have any carpet in stock. And we can still make some profit on other things. We're not going to be doing trades at this second, though. Oh, I forgot an important key step there. You need some crew. Alright, that's a few more crew than we actually need. Alright, the good news. We're like halfway done. We're more than halfway done because we designed the ships, we got them all ordered. We just have to accept 5 more ships into the fleet, and then we will be actually done. And I really do need to find another navigator, just so we have, like, similar speeds for everybody, basically. Okay, future tubers. This has been way longer of an episode. I've probably had to cut the video up, but I better end recording here, or else OBS is probably going to crash on me. We can't have, like, 3-hour footages. Like, file size is ridiculous. So thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And next episode, we will hopefully, in less time, finish off our sailing stuff, our ship buying, and I will see you there. So, thanks. See you next time. Bye, future tubers.